You know, we know houses often have hidden dangers, things like mold, lead, radon, but your home may have another problem.
In both Nebraska and Iowa, buyers can purchase former meth labs and not even know it. How can this happen? I-Team investigator Dave Roberts digs into the disclosure laws, and Dave is live with some answers and some warnings.
Now, home buyers beware and sellers be careful. The DEA put together a large list of known meth labs for every state. It's something you might want to check out. We did and found most people don't. According to this list, this house used to be a meth lab. These are all the registered meth labs. This address was on that from 2005.
Oh, that's awesome.
Are you aware of that?
No, I can't believe that. That's crazy.
Are you aware of that?
Not a clue.
We traveled to Cass County, just 20 minutes south of Omaha. It's where the DEA says police busted more meth labs than anywhere else in Nebraska. We've plotted the locations on a map. Every dot was once a meth lab.
We bought it in 2010.
Did anyone say anything at all about that?
Nope, we had no idea. We found broken pieces of glass and weird stuff in the basement, and we found, I don't know, just a bunch of like weird stuff in there when we moved in and we drug it all out.
From the perspective of the seller disclosure law, if it's been remediated, the seller wouldn't be required under the law to disclose.
Greg Lemon would know. He's the director of the Nebraska Real Estate Commission. When lawmakers wrote and passed the property disclosure laws in 1994, Lemon says they amended the bill to eliminate the provision requiring sellers to disclose felonies committed on their property.
Would you, as that buyer, want to know that there at least was a meth lab at that house at one time?
Oh, certainly.
When law enforcement finds a meth lab, the Department of Health and Human Services oversees the cleanup. It must sign off on the property before anyone can live there.
The cleanup can be pretty extensive. It can involve everything from removing ductwork and drywall and carpeting to maybe just having to address a garage or something like that.
Sue Dempsey oversees meth lab cleanups in Nebraska.
Methamphetamine is kind of a sticky residual, not sticky to the touch, but it clings to everything. So the ductwork, for example, if somebody does a cook, it can be sucked into the ductwork, and that a lot of times needs to be removed.
State law does not require professional cleanup of meth labs. However, a meth residue test must come back negative for the state to sign off on the property.
After the property has been decontaminated, there's, disclosure, in my opinion, does not necessarily need to be done because the property's cleaned. And again, it's cleaner than I would say most people's homes would be because of the process that's involved. Every surface is wiped down or decontaminated.
We say that the law doesn't specifically require it, but we suggest you talk to an attorney about possible civil liability if you choose not to disclose it.
Do you think the law should change so that you do know when you move into a place?
We got enough stupid laws as it is, man. We really do.
So one more
is just pointless, man.
I don't know. I guess it just kind of depends on how bad it was.
Right now, there's no plan to amend Nebraska's seller property disclosure statement to include meth labs. In light of the DEA list and the lack of people who know their property history, that could change.
Is it something that the commission would take up or talk about?
Yeah, it certainly is something we could. We don't have it currently on the agenda, but it's something that the commission could look into further and make a recommendation on.
Anyone can look through the DEA's meth lab list. It's organized by state. All you have to do is find yours here and click on it, and then a list comes up. It's organized by county, and it's in alphabetical order. Now, you cannot search for individual addresses, so you just have to go through each one. Of course, we provided a link to this information on our website, KETV.com. Back to you.
Dave, thanks.